Hello everyone, Joe Show 1 here. I'm back with another exciting Clash of Clans video. Honestly, it's been a while since I've done one. Actually, I think it's only been like 3 weeks since I've done it, and I think I was talking about Lava Loon, how it was the best, and oh no, it was actually talking about the Lava Loon puppet. What I honestly think about it. I remember how someone was saying in the comment, it was like, yeah, I can basically three crown you of like Max Hero. I was like, bro, of course you can. If you know how to play the game right, you can basically three crown. Okay, look, it's not so, not to be rude, but it's not so difficult if you play your cards right and everything. So I'm just saying, yeah, I know I'm checking out with that, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. Plus, why would you put Lava Moon and upgrade that? Because I don't think it's really good in my opinion. But you do what you want to do. I don't make your decisions, okay? So we're here making this video. We're gonna be talking about the blacksmith, of course, the equipments, my favorites. Now, of course, if you look at the thumbnail, they could give you some spoiler, but honestly, I had to give you my honest opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna pick five. Of course, they're not in order. Five of my favorite equipments, either because they are really good to use, really easy, or just at the same time they're really annoying, and they could do a lot of like helpful. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let's do this. So of course, we're starting with the Giant Gauntlet. You gotta say, Gauntlet, when it first came out, not gonna lie to you, I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, again, there was a time that well, basically for everybody, it was like either for equipment is it's the first epic. So you gotta remember that either it's gonna be really good or really bad. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some epic equipment that started off bad. Some common equipment that started off very bad, and then out of nowhere they just become S tier, just because of that buff from September. And I had to say, with how Giant Gauntlet plays overall at the very end of the time, it's such a good like way to actually play, and I really love it. I really do love it. It's so fun. But what Giant Gauntlet made for its first equipment, I think you could definitely say it was definitely really good. Maybe even OP in my opinion, just because how you guys can say that Giant Gauntlet give too much value, and I'm not surprised when I first saw the September update that it got buffed, but you gotta remember, it's like even with everything else, it was just really good. Now, of course, on my second one, you gotta give it to Internal Tone. Again, Internal Tone was basically one of the best. It still is the best. Okay, in my opinion, it's when it comes to support, it's it's right there, number one. Okay, even with the nerf where they had to nerf from every level, I think like 0.5 seconds almost, which almost every one of them got like a 15% nerf, and even from max level, which I think is 25% if I remember correctly, going to 9.5 seconds to 8 seconds. You gotta say that it needed that nerf. It was just so powerful when it was used, because so many people will always use it and turn it to with Rage Gem or turn it to with the healing tome. It just gives so much great value, and you can basically block any attack for what level you have. Even with like the normal level of level 1, it's still good, which I think it survives 3 seconds. 3 seconds is still good for level 1. And that's the reason why I had to give it Internal Tone. If I was rating Internal Tone, like when it comes to all equipments, it's number 1 for me, just because it really gives great value, and at the same time, it's a common. I'm not gonna lie, some of these commons equipment, they're not the best, okay, but some of them are really good. But Internal Tone just basically skyrocket, okay. basically destroys epic equipment time to time again, and that's the reason why I had to give number one. Even they even add more epic equipment, I will still say Eternal Stone would be number one. Now for me, honestly, for my third equipment that I really love, it had to be the Hog Rider puppet. I remember the first time seeing it, I think it was Town Hall 14. Of course, I was Town Hall 13 at the time when we started the blacksmith update, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I needed the Hog Rider puppet. Again, Hog Rider puppet before the nerf that it got from the September update, which it was probably one of the biggest nerf too. If I had to explain, basically they nerf. I think they nerf almost every level or all levels from the Hog Rider puppet. So the Hog Rider will have less health from of course when it spawns, and I think when it comes to the level cap, it used to be Hog Rider level 13s and max level. Hog Rider level 13's max level. I tell you this, dude. I was literally winning so many matches because Hog Riders, level 13 Hog Riders, okay? Basically, I get 45 free housing space of Hog Riders, which Hog Riders level 13 does so much DPS. If you put that thing with Internal Tone for basically 8 seconds, I am destroying you, no matter what. But of course, they had to nerf it, and again, one of the probably biggest nerf it got from the September update, where now it's level 11 instead of level 13 for max level, which they basically changed, of course, every one of them from is different levels. Dude, I have mine's level 13, or at least max level. And when I saw the September update, I tell you this, I was upset because I didn't think it was like so, OP, aka it was OP, but again, I didn't expect it was gonna nerf it that much. Okay, I think that's all they nerfed it from the salmon heads, or basically the salmon units. I don't know why I say salmon heads. I mean the units, but dude, it really made Hog Rider like just upset. I still think Hog Rider puppets are really good. If you upgrade them for the highest in your town hall, I will still say that it's doing pretty good. You gotta remember that health recovery from 1000. I think it's super good. And of course, from the hit point increase, that's still the reason why I still use it. The problem about it though is I can't use it with my rocket spear because, well, I still do, but it's really hard to control it because again, rocket spear is it's not really you can't really synergize really well when it comes to rocket spear. The only thing it can really synergize with is, of course, the sinking shield. With sinking shield, it's already pretty so and so. I feel like they didn't need to buff this, honestly, in my opinion. But maybe give it like a 5. Yeah, for number of targets instead of 4. Maybe that will definitely help. But yeah, you gotta know. Okay, I'm surprised. First thing first, I do want to say that when the September update first came, basically of the battle changes again. Dude, I was so surprised. Legit, so surprised they haven't say anything about the healer puppet. Because, in my opinion, and I feel like for especially commons, healer puppet is legit. Probably, in my opinion, second from Eternal Stone, is the best. Like, top 3 best common equipment ever. Just because, again, one is a common. Bro, it's so easy to upgrade because then you don't have to worry about Star Ore, which almost all my epic equipment, needs Starry Ore now. Wow, I'm not so surprised. Look at that. Starry Ore. Look at that. Oh, except for this one. But I need to upgrade my blacksmith. Okay, Starry Ore. Oh, wow. It's like so surprising. Really so surprising. But, like, it's just It's really good. It really gives great value. I'm gonna say this because I feel like it's also important for me, and tell the views for you guys. I thought Healer Puppet was not gonna be good, and my Town Hall, which AKA when I first basically got it, it was Town Hall 13. I really thought it was not gonna be so good because it was different from others. I didn't know how to basically use it until, like, once I started using it more and more, I started noticing how Healer Puppet, I can see why people basically use it. And it's, oh, pardon me. And especially how what is it called? Magic Mirror and also the Healer Puppet can really benefit both of them at the same time. Again, this is, in my opinion, this is probably the strongest combo. Magic Mirror. There you go. Magic Mirror. Why do I say mirror? Magic Mirror. Bro, I can't say. With the Healer Puppet, it's such a deadly combo. Because it's just so great. It really is. Again, it's a common, so it's really easy to upgrade. And, you gotta give respect that it needed right there. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did have two choices to put on my last one, but honestly, I had to give it to Spike Ball. Okay. I was gonna put Earthquake Boots, but actually, it was actually between three. It was Rage Foul, Earthquake Boots, and also Spiky Ball. But I think Spiky Ball was probably going to be the best one out of the three of them, just because, again, the value you get, the hit points increase you do, and also DPS. It still give out the most DPS from, of course, Barbarian King, and I think it still give the most from the hit points too. But like, when the reason why I would say that it's super good is just because when it comes to values that you do play for the Barbarian King, you use it as a tank, of course. But what makes it even more better, of course, for the Spiky Ball, you can't deny it. It's like, when it comes to value and everything wise, it's just so good. And like, I still didn't know how to use the Spiky Ball just because, the ability. But at the end of the day, it did what it needed to do for, of course, for a Spiky Ball. A spike. I thought it was going to be a joke. I'm not lying. I really thought this epic equipment was going to be bad because, like, I feel like the only reason you will use this is because of the hero boost, the damage, the DPS increase, and the hit point increase. But I was wrong. I was really wrong. And again, with the September balance changes, where it got nerfed, and I feel like it was one of the okay nerfs. I guess it wasn't gonna make huge difference. The only difference it was gonna make a huge was between, I think it was level 1 to level 9, where for a low level I think you can use, I think level 3, that's when you can use 6, like legit 6 targets, which it was so OP, so they had to nerf it to like 3, which I still think at time and time again Spiky Ball is definitely, you can say one or the other when it comes to best equipment, Giant Gauntlet or Spiky Ball. But here's the point, I use both, and honestly at the same time, again, what you see in the screen, I sometimes use both of them. Again, Giant Gauntlet is good on its own. If I can't use the Rage potion from my troops because they're dead for some reason, I'll just use it on the Barbarian King. Boom, Spiky Ball. It works. So I see no problem. Of course, that is all the equipments that, I kind of like. I like overall. I still was having a problem with saying the Magic Mirror. Oh, now I can say, oh, thank you very much. Ooh, you know what? I feel like I should talk more. I will make a video about my worst equipments that I think are the worst equipments. Of course, some people can definitely see which one are already the worst, but in my opinion, I will give them, and I will explain why. But I think I'm going to leave that probably for next week or two, depending. If this video get a lot of views all of a sudden, then I might post it earlier, honestly. So thank you guys for watching this. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.